Hello everyone, it's Moonkin FTW back with another episode of the RCT3 Coaster Challenge. A challenge where I make a roller coaster with every single roller coaster type there is in RCT3. And that's a lot of them. This episode, we got the bobsled. And I think I've only made one bobsled ever in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. And it was a really just stupid one where I just tested max speed. So I've never actually made a decent looking bobsled. But the same goes for the air-powered roller coaster and the alpine coaster actually. So there's lots of firsts or ones that I haven't tried in years. So because of that, it's actually quite challenging to try and make a bobsled roller coaster. So I'm just trying to, follow some key features here. So I want plenty of helixes. I want the pacing to be not too fast. I want there to be quick transitions, the same way that you would have, on a real bobsled track, if you will. So, these quick turns and everything. And I'm really trying to just mimic that. And I also want the bobsled to be kind of lengthy, if you will. So it's just a nice overall great experience, like a nice overall package, if you will. So the design actually wasn't that difficult. I just stuck to those kind of principles. And I actually was surprised at how well I was able to make this design. There's going to be a bit of tweaking here and there to make sure that the pacing is okay. But generally speaking, I was quite happy with this layout. I think it looks quite epic, and with all those helixes. And from here on out, we can actually start focusing on the surroundings. Now, when it comes to the bobsled coaster, I decided not to use any crazy like custom scenery or anything. I try to avoid that. I'm going to use it maybe in a few more future episodes, but a bit more basic, if you will. But what I am going to do is I'm definitely going to try and focus on at least the station, the queue, the catwalk, surroundings, of course. But I just don't want things to be too crazy because, again, I don't want every design to take hours and hours. And I want this challenge to remain fun for me. So I'm going to use my pre-made station design that I've been using for quite a while now because I really like the way it looks. And I'm going to add, of course, a catwalk to the chain lift. Make it look more realistic, to spice it up a little bit, if you will. So that looks nice. And of course, some catwalks for the break session as well. So from here on out, I'm going to actually... So I had an idea, and what I wanted to do is the same with the alpine coaster. Since this is a bobsled coaster, I wanted this to also be settled in a winter landscape, if you will. So again, I'm going to use a lot of these pine trees that really fit winter landscape. I was actually looking, and there are no real snow-covered trees that I could find in RCT3. Maybe I'm just looking wrong, but I couldn't find them. So I just used trees to kind of spice up the environment. Make it look a bit more nice and realistic and everything. And so far things are turning out nicely. And here we go. We're going to add the snow, which is very simple, very quick. But it drastically changes the setting. So happy with that. And because RCT3 has this kind of farmland background, if you will, I decided to make mountains around the roller coaster. So when you're riding it, at least for the most part, you won't see those, that farmland. Because of course, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you can see that when I'm trying to replicate a winter landscape. So I decided to, just surround the roller coaster or the bobsled coaster with some mountains. I'm going to plant some more of these trees alongside the mountain line, so again it looks a bit more realistic. Some, all for the environment, if you will. And we're just going to keep on going until we're done. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the bobsled coaster. It's pretty basic design, but I really like the scenery. I like the layout. I like the way the track looks. All those cool helixes, everything. I'm a fan of this roller coaster. Actually, I never use it. I'm not sure why, because it just looks really awesome. And you'll see from the POV, it's actually really fun to ride these, also in real life. But quite happy with the way it turned out. And it's simple, basic, but very effective, very fitting landscape. So I'm very happy with it. So let's check out the POV here. So let's go up with the chain lift. Now the bobsled doesn't have the fastest chain lift, but luckily it's not a super long chain lift. Here we go. Now I checked the pacing, of course, outside, but I didn't check the POV yet. So I'm very curious. So we're going to start up with a simple helix here. Nothing too crazy. And we're going to go down with this corner, pick up some speed here, and into another helix. There we go. That's really what I wanted, that you can kind of get swooshed to one side, if you will. And I'm going to switch back to the other side. And as we're going down and down, we're picking up more and more speed. So yeah, there you go. That's kind of what I wanted here, that you can really feel, those corners back and forth, same way that you would if you're riding a bobsled. And yeah, it's really cool. I really like this design. Going through all these corners here. Again, there's not much variation of what you're not going to encounter a looping or a corkscrew, something like that. But it's all about those quick turns in a bobsled coaster, and you being thrown around and experiencing all the G-forces. A small little bunny hop there into a final turn and into our brake run. So there you go. That's a pretty basic but very effective and nice looking bobsled coaster, if I say so myself. And yeah, that concludes episode 3 of the RCT3 Coaster Challenge. I'll be back with another episode, but until then, thank you very much for watching this video and have yourself a wonderful day.